Yep. What up, YouTube? Back with another one, man. Back with another banger. If y'all read that title, y'all seen that thumbnail, y'all know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get into a little bit of story time. I can't really tell you the whole story, because if I tell you the whole story, it'll be a long video, and I already got one long video that's trying to get uploaded right now. So this one gonna be a pretty short story. Y'all see I got this packet right here, right? I came across this packet last night, and it brought up some memories, a lot of memories. How I actually got my CDLS, actually how I started my trucking career, all that stuff. If y'all don't know, I'm actually not in the trucking field anymore. I haven't been in the 18-wheeler for probably, give or take, probably about 2-3 weeks, probably about 2 weeks now. I officially decided to stop driving trucks and follow what I really want to follow, which is my social media, my YouTube grind, and just like really get in the habit of dropping video after video after video after video. But yeah, that's a totally different video right now. So we're gonna talk about this. How I got my CDLs, guys, is I was working, I guess you call it a 9-to-5, but I was working at Bridgestone Firestone. Oh snap, I got something in my eye. But I was working at Bridgestone Firestone, and I was just sick of it. And I always wanted to travel and get paid to travel. So what I ended up doing is I ended up getting on my cell phone, right, on one of my breaks, and I ended up Googling how could I travel and make money. Now the first thing that popped up, you would think it would be truck driving. It wasn't. Dead serious. It was trains, engineering, which is funny. It's funny than a mug, but it was trains. Yeah, being a conductor for a train. Now, I don't know how to drive no train. Still to this day, I have no idea. I have never been inside of a train, so I really don't know how to drive a train. But I started looking into that from YouTube and all these other different stuff like that. And there's people that's been in that field for over 20 years and still haven't conducted a train. So I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Then the second thing I looked at was being a pilot. I looked into flying commercial airlines and stuff like that. But as you see, I got tons of tattoos that are visible. And yeah, that wasn't working either. There's no way I was going to be a clown every day at work putting on makeup. So, didn't do that. I could have been a private pilot or whatever you want to call it for like celebrity jets and stuff like that. But I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Then, that day went by. That was Thursday. That Friday, I came into work like normal day or whatever. And I was sick of it, bro. I could not take this job at all. This job was just boring as hell to me. So that Friday, I came into work and I was telling one of my friends, which is from high school, I was telling him, he knows who he is, but I was telling him, I was like, bro, I'm getting ready to quit. And he was like, for real? He's like, man, what the hell you about to do? And I was just like, man, I don't know. I'm going to find something, but this ain't cutting it. I'm getting ready to quit. So he was always like, man, you're crazy. And we just let it go at that or whatever. So that night, I only worked Monday through Friday. So that night, I went home. That night I went home. And I got on Facebook. Now, this is where it got crazy. Because this is the first time I done seen the word CDL. Dead serious. I had to go to Facebook to find this. So don't think I searched it up on Google or any of that. Dead serious. I had zero knowledge of a CDL. I didn't know what a CDL was. Dead serious. Didn't know what a CDL was. Alright, I kept seeing it pop up. CDL, we'll pay for your CDLs, blah, 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 da, 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 da. I kept seeing it. And it was like all night. And I was like, man, what the hell is a CDL? Me, on the other hand, being the knowledgeable guy that I am, I decided to go Google it. If I've learned if you don't know something, go to Google or YouTube, you're going to find it out. So that's exactly what I did. So I Googled it. Didn't know nothing. CDL, commercial driver's license, popped up. And I was like, commercial driver's license? I thought there was only one driver's license. At this time, I really did. I really thought there was only one driver's license, which is a regular driver's license after your permit. So I never knew anything about a CDL. So I was like, man, what the hell is going on? So I started putting two and two together, and I was like, CDL, there's only one thing that hasn't crossed my radar, and that was truck driving. So I went back to Facebook and I typed in CDLs, and I promise you, I kid you not, you should have seen how many companies popped up when I typed in CDLs on Facebook. Dead serious. I kid you not. I kid you not. This is exactly what happened. It was Friday night when it happened. So that whole night, that whole weekend, all that stuff like that, I was watching YouTube videos, watching all this stuff. I mean, truck drivers making YouTube videos. I was watching all this stuff. And I was just like, bro, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do it. So here come Monday. We back at work again. I'm talking to Fuzz, which is the guy that I was talking to or whatever, and a whole bunch of other people. Talking to him. And I was like, bro, I'm getting ready to quit, bro. This is my last week here. Friday, I'm done. Like, dead serious. I'm done. It'll be my last day. He was like, bro, for real, you get ready to quit? And I was like, yeah. And he thought I was playing. And so I want to say that Wednesday or Thursday, fast forward, Wednesday, Thursday, I filled out an application, dead serious, for Maverick Transportation. Shout out to Maverick Transportation, because they're the reason why I got my CDL today. So shout out to them. I filled out an application. And yeah, that Friday, I got a phone call from a recruiter out of Maverick Transportation in Little Rock, Arkansas. I took my last paycheck, swear to God, after I paid all my bills. Swear to God, kid you not. I took what money I had saved up in my last paycheck, and that Friday, I had to be in orientation that Monday. The next following Monday, from Friday to Monday, I took my last money. I didn't party or nothing that whole weekend. And I drove to Little Rock, Arkansas. Dead serious. And if you think I'm lying, read that packet. Dead serious. I took a leap of faith. Dead serious. I knew, and like the crazy part about it is when I filled out that application, I was thinking it was just like a regular 9-to-5 job. I already had the job. When I got down there in orientation, they let it be known that technically, if I don't get my CDL, I don't have a job at all. I didn't think of it that way. Me, on the other hand, I thought of it as like, regardless, they're going to let me keep trying until I get my CDL. No, it didn't work that way at all. Dead serious. There was a lot of people that didn't get their CDLs, but they quit their 9-to-5 job to come down there. Dead serious. And there was a lot of people that didn't even make it to the CDL course at all, and they quit their 9-to-5 job. So when I got down there, technically I was unemployed like a mug, and I was on the last little bit of money I had. And I want to say Maverick gave us like a $200 like spending card or something like that for food and stuff like that. But we was down there for a whole month without a paycheck. Dead serious. I lived in Arkansas for a whole month without a paycheck. All I had was $200 and the money that I brought with me. That was it. That was it. I'm telling you, you talking about eating Roman noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and every now and then you went out to eat and stuff like that. Bro, I did that. I know what it feels like. So when I say you got to sacrifice a lot to get to where you really want to be, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you really got to do that. And a lot of people, they are scared to get uncomfortable. I had to get uncomfortable to get to where I'm at today. Just like I'm getting uncomfortable again by stepping away from that career and stepping to this career. I'm getting uncomfortable again. And I advise anybody and everybody, if you want to do something in life, anything is possible. You never know what the next day holds for you. And with that being said, get uncomfortable. Stop living comfortable. If you live comfortable, it's gonna feel like everything is going right, but it's gonna feel like you're not growing. It's gonna feel like you're just at a standstill. And that's how it felt for me for years. It's like, bro, I done did everything that could possibly be done at a warehouse other than being a supervisor and other than owning one. I went from the bottom of the food chain to like basically the top that I could possibly be in pay and everything. And I didn't want to be a supervisor, and I didn't want to do any of that crap. So it's like, bro, I was fed up. I was done with it. So I had to get out of that lane of field. And I'm still getting out of that lane of field. Like, a lot of people's asking me, what am I going to do now since I'm not in the 18 wheel or any of that? Y'all seeing it right here. This is what I'm going to do now. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. And then once this stops working for me, guess what? I'm going to try something else. I'm going to keep getting uncomfortable until the day I die. To the day I die, because I realized getting uncomfortable is where I learned the most. Like, me being uncomfortable is where I learned the most. So yeah, this is all the paperwork I have from Little Rock, Arkansas. Dead serious. I still got this package. I told myself I'd never get rid of this for that simple reason. Because it taught me a very, very valuable lesson. Like, real deal. Like, for me to get to where I'm at today, for me to have what I have today, I had to get uncomfortable. And I'm actually glad that I got uncomfortable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was not easy at all. Like, I had to do a lot of stuff that I didn't want to do at first, but I did it. I did it. I mean, the CDL course that I did, it wasn't easy at all. And I like, that's another thing that I'm gonna bring up. The CDL course. If you're gonna do something like that, and you know you have zero backup plan like I did, I had zero backup plan. If I failed that course, I was coming back to Tennessee, no money, probably about a couple $100 to my name, and no job. Because I know for a fact Bridgestone was not hiring me back at all. At all. Still to this day, they probably wouldn't hire me if I walked in there. Dead serious. Dead serious. And I was a pretty good worker. I showed up every day, faithfully. So yeah, but I mean, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. That's basically how I did it, like, real deal. And I remember getting called crazy and all that stuff. And that's another thing, bro. You gotta stop letting other people dictate your movements and how you actually control your life. It's your life. Nobody else can sit here and control it for you. Nobody can sit here and control it for you at all. You got to stop letting people control your life. But with that being said, bro, that's just a little bitty story time right there of how I got my CDL. And I decided to spread it a little bit for y'all so y'all can actually see how I got my CDL. And yeah, I went all the way to a totally different state to get my CDL. Never been to that state a day of my life until I got my CDL. And yeah, that's it. That's how I did it. And I always remember to get uncomfortable, man. If you can't figure out how to get uncomfortable, try something you ain't never tried. That's you getting uncomfortable. It's just that simple. But with that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a friend, tell another friend. I'm dropping daily. We're gonna try to drop at least 2 to 3 videos a week, whether it's mukbangs, food, pranks, any of that. I'm gonna try to drop them at least two or 3 a week. And yeah, with that being said, that's how I got my CDL, guys. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. Yeah, that's how I did it. Yeah, that's how I did it, man. But yeah, sky's not the limit. You can go past it. And yeah, with that being said, I'm out. It's retrofitted.